Hello, you guys. Long time no see. I'm so happy to have you here. Oh my god, I'm rhyming. I'm here. I'm here to record a new episode, and I had I don't want to say a new project in mind. I have a new idea. I had it for a while, this new idea. And so I thought, First, I thought that I'm going to be doing this for my membership, my Russian membership. But then, I don't know how I came here actually, to this conclusion, but I decided that I want to do this kind of readings for Joyous to be. They are going to be short readings. And they are gonna be on the, the wheel of balance, the balance wheel, life balance wheel. Do you remember that picture? It's probably from some book, I don't know which. There's this balance wheel with all the areas that we are all supposed to pay attention to and to feel balanced and to pay attention to every area of our life. We need to make sure that we are connecting with each area of that balance wheel. And for a long time, I wanted to receive channeled information on that would be helpful for us to to connect more with those spheres, with those areas of life, and to maybe know a little bit more and understand a little bit better how to balance those areas and what do we need to know about those areas. And so I decided to do that for Joyous to be and see how this goes, because Joyous to be is known to be my experimental project where I try out new ideas. And usually if they work, I then carry them to some other area, to some other project. But I think that for now, I'm sure I can change my mind I don't know, in 30 minutes. But right now, I'm sure that this is gonna be Joyous to be thing, and we're gonna be doing this here, this balance wheel thing. What? Balance wheel? Yeah, right, life balance wheel. And so I found a bunch of those balance wheel pictures, and I wrote down for myself 12 areas that we are going to check on occasionally, and I'll read to you those 12 areas. So the first one is mission and calling in life. The second one is money and material abundance. The third one is health and the relationship with our body. The fourth one is our mental health. The fifth one is our relationship, non-romantic relationship, with family and friends and colleagues and people that surround us. The sixth one is love and romantic relationship. The seventh is spiritual growth, personal growth, personal evolution, and for some reason here, well, maybe it makes sense. I was going to say for some reason, the relationship with God, universe, and the flow of life is in the same area, but it makes sense because it's spiritual growth, right? So this is the seventh. Then we have the eighth. The eighth is rest, hobbies, recovery. Well, I mean leisure. How is it called? Leisure? I don't know, leisure sounds like seizure, although they are not the same things, but leisure, right? I need to check now. Gee, hold on. Oh, so it's leisure in British version and then leisure in American version? Leisure. Okay, makes sense. So it's the eighth is leisure, and they're written in Russian, so I will have to translate them into English, so I wouldn't try to remember the words every time. I think Joyous to be is the podcast where I remember the song the most. Well, it makes sense because I speak English here, and every time I say I remember the song, I remember the time. Anyway, So the 9th area is art, is like our artistic endeavors, like our creativity. The 10th is our house and our relationship with the place we're living in. I think it can include like the actual home and house and apartment. It also can include our city, right? Our like country, and maybe even our planet. We'll see. And then like in our relationship with, oh yeah, so it's the 10th, the relationship with our house, with our home. No, actually it's our home, because the 11th is our relationship with the world. Well, how it is different to our relationship like with people, to the world, is like to our planet. What does it mean? I don't know. We'll see. And so the 12th one, for some reason, it's on the last, like it's the last thing on my list, is self-love and our relationship with ourselves. So I'm going to pull just 3 cards because I want to keep it simple and I want to keep it not long at all. I will just pull 3 cards, and like we will be talking about one area per episode. And today we're going to start with the first one on my list, which is like our mission in life, our like sense of, like meaning, our sense of meaning and purpose in life. And I pulled 3 cards, and I just asked my guides to, like the question was, what do we need to know about this? Like, it's a collective reading. It's for all of us. It's something new for all of us. And like, what do we need to know and understand better about our mission in life and about our purpose in life and about, like this aspect. So let's see, just 3 cards. So I'm expecting it to be short, but you already see the length of this episode, and I hope it's not long. So let's see. What do we need to know about our life mission and life purpose? Well, the first thing is the reminder that we are all pure positive energy, and that it's our essence to shine bright. It's our essence to, like to exude this light that transforms others. This is who we are. And some people feel more connection to this part of themselves and some don't, due to their upbringing and due to the like the beliefs that they adopted about themselves and about how the world works and about other people. But in general, if we talk about the sense of purpose and the sense of mission in life, it's to shine bright. It's to be who we are, and like through the filters of who we are, to exude this energy of warmth and like satisfaction. And I want even to say like that the satisfaction starts with us being satisfied with our life and ourselves. And this is why right now this conversation about staying true to yourself and personal boundaries and self-love, it's becoming louder and louder, and like we hear it from everywhere, because it's just so important. And we it's like, the energy, like in the past, this pure positive energy that is us, tried to understand more, understand more who we are, like who this energy is. And like we tried different things. We tried serving other people and forgetting about ourselves. We tried creating some values and like following them collectively. And now we're in this, like in this stage of our collective development and collective growth, where we are learning more about what personal power is, how does it feel, and like it's not the personal power of, like at the expense of others. Wow, this is like deep shit. So, but it's like this personal power of inner light, and what's gonna happen if we let this light lead and if we trust it. And this is where we have conversations about accepting ourselves, learning more about ourselves to feel more comfortable in our own skin, and to trust more our own desires, what we want, and like how we see life. And it's something so important to us, something so important for us. And and this makes sense because this is what we haven't tried before, you know? And so like the first thing that I want to say is that like it's so important for us to follow this path now and to trust this path and to connect to our inner light and the sense of happiness and follow what brings us joy, because this is it's not like the shortest way, but it's like the right way, the best way. This is what I want to say. The best way to find our purpose in life, when we follow our desires, when we, when we put ourselves first and decide what matters and what brings the most joy for us, and making it sacred in our life, and like, prioritizing it no matter what others say, And I want to remind you here that, like there are a lot of people, especially like, like older generations, who are not taught to live like this, and they would love to live like this, but they don't know how, and they have so many shoulds and so much programming in them that like it terrifies them that us younger generations are choosing ourselves and choosing to live for ourselves and prioritizing our freedom. And the advice here that I want you to remember is that don't ever take advice from people who don't live the way you want to live, or at least don't ever take advice from people who are not aiming to, to have the same life as you want to have. Like, they don't necessarily have to be there already, but, like thanks to our technology right now, and like thanks to the internet, we can find people like, and their personal stories, and hear about their values, and we can choose those people whose values connect with our values, the same or like somewhat the same to our values. And even if they are not there, even if they are not like already successful at everything they are achieving, but even if they're on the path there, like they input is still more valuable than just random people. And this is how you can filter out the noise and like listen to yourself and listen to what resonates. And like from everything that you hear, you listen to yourself, you go within and you hear what feels delicious when you hear it, and what feels like joy, and what feels like freedom, and it feels like permission to be yourself more, and what doesn't. And like take what resonates and leave the rest. So what else do we need to know about our mission and our sense of purpose is that we need to allow our desires be, and we need to allow our desires to unfold and lead us and guide us. Because like, I want to say that people before us used everything else to guide them except what they really wanted. And it's not because they're stupid. It's because the world was at that point of its, development. And again, I'm not saying that it's like underdeveloped. I'm not talking about this, and I hope you know that. I mean that like we are now at the new path that like not many before us traveled. And this is why we are not taught to take our desires seriously. And some of us don't even know what we want, right? And like it's a whole another story, and it's a whole another path to learn to listen to what we want and to like understand it. And life gives us constant opportunities like with the help of contrast that we see around us, to understand more what we are and what we're not, what we are resonating with and what we don't resonate with, what we aren't resonating with. But like the desires, our desires is our path. If we follow what we want, like if we follow our desires, it will give us the sense of purpose. And it was such a big thing for me when I was on this path of finding my life purpose ever since ever since I started reading books about this when I was like 12 to 13 years old, and my parents started their own, they didn't start their own business, but they were like in this MLM business. And this is where they first started reading all those self-help books and like personal development and personal growth books, and like Anthony Robbins, Louise Hay, and all that, Brian Tracy. And I was 12 back then, and like this is when I started reading those books too. And like ever since that time, I was looking for my, purpose in life. And what I didn't understand is that my purpose is my desires. Like when I want something and I imagine something cool for myself, a cool life for myself, it's my desires speaking to me and guiding me in the direction where I'm supposed to go. Like I didn't understand that. And I thought that this purpose is supposed to be something with this, where I would like hear what it is and I would find out what it is, and I will, turn into this align with the smart. I'm struggling with this word and I keep using it, like martyr. How is it pronounced? I need to check. Hold on. Martyr energy. Where I will sacrifice myself. I'm trying to type here. Martyr energy. Okay, martyr. Where like all my life before that and after that will become unimportant, and I will just put all my energy into this goal in life, into this purpose in life, and it will give me the sense of meaning. And it was wild when I found out that this purpose is supposed to align with my desires, like where I want to go, where it makes sense for me to go, where it feels delicious and juicy and fun for me to go, is where I'm supposed to go. And this is supposed to be my life purpose. And a lot of people still don't understand that. And I'm here today to tell you and remind you that your life purpose is supposed to be fun for you. And maybe your desires, right? Like some people say, I interrupted myself. Maybe your desires don't feel like super serious and important and like a life purpose for you. And what was I going to say next? That like there are some teachers that say, I'm not talking... For some reason, they say it with this pronunciation, apparently. I'm not talking about like this desires that come and go and the desires of material things. I'm talking about this desire that has been the same all your life, and like and you come back to it, and it's like something deep within your heart. I don't necessarily believe that, because if I heard that message when I was looking for my life purpose, I would not be able to identify what is this desire that was in me all my life that I'm supposed to follow, and like not some surface level desire. First of all, I didn't know back then how to understand what's a surface level desire and what's a deep desire. Like every desire, like, the way I was raised, I would say every desire that is my desire was looked at a surface level desire, because it was for me, not for other people, not this martyr energy, right? And like the way I was raised, I thought that Like I can't be selfish, and I need to put myself like on the back end of my priorities and like serve others at the expense of myself. And so like, and this is why right now as a teacher, I would say, take any desire. Like, what do you want? How do you want to live? Connect with, like, if you had a magic wand right now and you could just like, what do you do with a magic wand? Swing it, not swipe it, swing it, right? I don't know, like wave it. You know what I mean? And like, if you could use this magic wand and create the life of your dreams, what kind of life it would be? And maybe it's full of surface level desires, in your opinion. Like maybe you want material things. Maybe you want like 2 cars. I'm not sure if you can hear the baby crying behind the wall. Not behind, this sounded terrible. It's not behind the wall. I mean, like my neighbors have a baby and it's crying right now. And I'm not sure if my mic is catching it or not. But you've been warned. It's okay. It's okay. We can work with that. But like, even if your desires feel like surface level desires for you, like it's your desires, and the universe works in amazing, not always mysterious ways when you understand it, but in amazing ways where you get inspired to like to do what it takes vibrationally to get that. I don't know, like for some reason the only thing that comes to mind right now is the Chanel bag, because like people cannot agree for the life of them. They can't agree on like, is it a good desire or a selfish desire? But like, you want something material, you want like a new PC, for example, right? Or a new laptop or a new phone. And like, if you follow this desire, it's still growth for you. It's evolution to get what you want, to align with what you want, to imagine that you already have it and align with the feeling of already having it and being in that feeling and integrating that feeling into yourself. I think we talked about this in the previous episode, right? I need to check. Hold on. I think the previous episode was about like returning to basics of how the law of attraction works. I'm right now opening my podcast to check. Yeah, returning back to basics, how we create our reality through the law of attraction. The previous episode, like if you don't know, if you're listening to my podcast for the first time, please listen to the previous one where I was talking about the law of attraction. But like, if you align with that, it's already your evolution. And from that point, you will, like the new desires will be born and you will feel more self-confident and you will feel more worthy, and you will feel more powerful as a creator of your own reality. And then the new desires will be born. And like, it's still your purpose. Your every desire is your purpose. And it's important to understand. And okay, so there are 2 cards and I'm opening the 3rd card. And what else we need to know about our life purpose and the sense of, what it was, the sense of mission, our life mission and the sense of purpose is that, like the third part that we need to understand is that we're supposed to enjoy our life and that the heavy lifting is done by the universe. And, like another thing that we sometimes forget about is that, like, if we're looking for our life purpose, we need to just align with the feeling. Like, imagine that you already have your life purpose, life purpose. And how does it feel? How does it feel for you? Because what I remembered, my mom used to say, she heard it somewhere or she read it somewhere, that like you need to, like, there was some, okay, I don't remember exactly, the phrase, but it was something about that, like if you want to up level in life, or if you want the universe to give you what you want. I don't remember the condition, but you need to do the best that you can do with what you have right now. And you can you need to enjoy and like give your all to the assignment that you have right now. And that way, like, you will evolve in life, something like that. And, like when I heard it from my mom, I thought it was about settling. It was about like, I want to live a completely different life that is beautiful and amazing. And right now, I'm a student. Well, back then when I was hearing her say that often, like I was a student, and like it was hard being a student. Like studying was hard. I had a lot of homework. I had a lot of I had a lot on my plate, and I was in an emotionally abusive family, and like I was taking care of my youngest sister, and like it was hard, and I need to give my all to this life, because otherwise the universe will not give me what I want. And it felt like settling, and it felt crappy, and it felt shitty, and it's not the same for everyone. And like it's different. This idea is, like people hear different things in this, and for some it feels like settling, in which case don't take this advice at all, and like move on with your life and align with what you want. But for some people it feels like taking their desire off the pedestal and stopping. It means like stopping. What am I trying to say? And it means that they stop putting their life aside, waiting for their life to finally start, when they receive what they want. And like when they hear that, some people understand that like they need to learn to enjoy their life right now, and it doesn't feel like settling at all. It feels like freedom, and it feels like relief, and it feels like I trust the universe, and the universe will take care of me, and this works, in which case follow this advice, and like you can still align with your desire and listen to all the manifestation teachers and like law of assumption and law of attraction teachers, and get inspired and do the work, like do the alignment work. But I was going to say, like in the beginning of this idea, was that the universe is supposed to do this heavy lifting, and you're supposed to enjoy life. This is what we sometimes don't understand. Like, when we look at like the whole message today, that we are supposed to follow our desires and trust them and let them be, even if we think that our desires are crazy sometimes and like impossible to achieve, right? Like if we just allow ourselves to have what we want and work on that from this calm energy and aligning with the energy of already having it and living the life where we have everything that we want. Like from this point, like we followed our desires, and like it's a completely different life, which is like, it sounds not hard. There are some hard aspects where we are like learning to let go of the limiting beliefs and like deprogram ourselves and like program ourselves better, like program in some better beliefs and better expectations from our life. But like life is not supposed to be hard, and for some people it's very hard to hear. And like if we follow our desires, it's the evolution in the direction where it can be hard. It can seem hard for other people who don't want the things that we want, but for us it's fun, and that's the thing that we are missing sometimes. That's the thing that we're not used to see our life with and through, like this filter. I don't know, I got lost in the grammar again. But what I'm trying to say is, like, I'll give you my example. Like, I love being a content creator. I want to create content. I want to record podcasts. I want to learn to be a better channeler, And I face my own challenges, and I face things that are hard for me, but I want to grow there. And like maybe it's something that is not natural, and like I need to practice more, right? Like for example, when I first taught myself how to channel through writing, and then I was trying to be better at channeling as I speak, like without writing, but like with my just with my speech. Like it was hard for me. It was hard for me to focus. It was hard for me to sometimes like turn off my mind, right? And just focus on the message that I receive and just speak it. But it was something interesting for me. And like for somebody else who is not interested in channeling, who is not interested even in content creation, everything I do wouldn't make sense and it would seem hard. And like as this person would, for example, see me grow and like master my skill of channeling, they would say, wow, you're doing really hard things. And they did feel like for me, they do feel hard sometimes, but they feel exciting. They feel like, ooh, this is something interesting. I want to learn. I'm going to be so cool when I learn this. Right? And like for me, for example, like I look at my husband and what he's interested in and like the skills he's mastering, and I see what he does, like, you know, in his work. And for me, he's doing hard things, hard and not interesting. And like, how is he even have the resources, you know, to focus on this? And I mean, like the energy to focus on this. And for him, it's something interesting, and he's evolving in something that's exciting for him. And what we're forgetting is that it's supposed to be easy. I mean, like it's supposed to be exciting and fun. And like when we see a hard thing in our evolution that we want, where our desire is taking us, we want to master that. This is where we're supposed to go, and this is where our evolution is. And, you know, and this is where our light, what we talked about in the beginning, our light shines bright, and like we focus on ourselves, and with that, we bring massive value to the world and to the people around us and to the people who, you know, like buy our services, and to the people to whom we serve, doing what we love. And it's a way of life. And this is the purpose. It's not supposed to be hard. It's not supposed to be something that you don't want to do. And this was the message for us today. I honestly can't see still, even as I finished, I still don't know how long is the episode, because I'm recording on the OBS, and I was taking breaks because like when I wanted to take a sip of water, or when I you know, like I hit the mic a bunch of times and I paused the recording and I started, like I stopped the recording and I started again. And I don't know how long is the message, but this is what I wanted to say. That's all. And you guys, thank you so much for being here. It was cool. It was deep. It was deeper than I expected, and it was fun. It was a little bit challenging for me to find words, and I didn't even know that we will be talking about this, and I will be talking about my experience. So it was definitely interesting. I guess I will have to listen to it again to fully like understand and you know, like integrate it for myself. Which reminds me of one recording that I wanted to share with you, maybe in the next episode about channeling. I need to think about it. Okay, so like right now, that's it. Thank you so much for listening. I want to remind you that I have another podcast called Love Letters from Your Higher Self, and there are channeled messages also like in the form of pick a card readings. I'm trying to do them short, so they would be, you know, done in one take instead of just 3 days, because like the previous way I was doing it, it was exhausting. So I'm trying to make them short and sweet. But yeah, like if you want more personalized readings, I mean, like it's not super personalized, but like it's pick a card, so it's a little bit more personalized than just a collective reading. Follow me there. I mean, like, find the podcast called Love Letters from Your Higher Self, and maybe listen. There are not a lot of episodes there, just like, I don't know, 7 maybe or 8. It's a new baby of mine, and like, maybe you will find some guidance that you need there, and I would love to have you there as my listener. And that's it, that's all, and I will talk to you next time. Have a good day.